For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Live from the 93.7 The Ticket studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Lloyds in Lincoln with former Syracuse Orange and Long Beach State basketball star Ramel Lloyd Sr. and current Nebraska basketball athlete Ramel Lloyd Jr. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Ramel Sr. and Ramel Jr. Brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weekends. This is Lloyds and Lincoln. I'm Harrison running the ones and twos. I want to shout out Canopy Street Market for being the sponsor of Lloyds and Lincoln. Again, check them out if you haven't. They got good groceries, meals to go if you don't got time. You just want to get a quick meal. Great stuff as always. Nebraska basketball, a couple of games in, sitting at 2-0. But nonetheless, guys, how's it going on this Sunday morning?
Hey, what's up? What's up, people? Happy Sunday. Don't be late for anything in Nebraska if you're trying to get somewhere. I'm just going to start off with angry Ramel.
I was going to ask about the traffic this morning. You guys kind of close, about 2 minutes.
He has a story for you.
I was on time, right? And I said, okay, Mel's always in here. It takes him about half the show to wake up usually on Sundays.
Yeah, unless there's a wildfire.
Right, unless there's a wildfire, right, which we probably not going to have here. Right? He probably would have been here before anybody. But anyway, I said, well, I'm going to do my son a favor today. I'm going to stop by McDonald's and grab him a little breakfast, give him a little energy because he gets food. Well, that took every bit of 15 to 20 minutes to sit there and wait for a number 6 while I go in there. First I go in there and the manager and the whole staff is back there arguing and screaming at each other.
Oh, that's not a good sign. So the management was already
I don't know
at
what
each other's throats.
Yeah, you got little guys in there cursing people out and she's sending them home. Then the person up at the front is taking the order. I see like 3 people in front of me waiting for their ticket. And make a long story short, just if you need to move around in Lincoln, just leave an hour ahead of time.
Yeah, fair rule.
That's it. Angry Ramel this morning again.
And then you got to, when you was trying to get the parking space just now.
Oh, yeah.
So you're having problems with parking?
No, well, girl gets in the car. She gets in the car and she's leaving, right? She turns the car on, put her car in. You could tell it's in reverse because of the lights coming on, and then she got her foot on the brake. She sits there for 5 minutes while we're just sitting there waiting for the parking space for no reason. I don't know what she's doing, but she just
waiting for you to pass so she can back out.
Yeah, she's just sitting there, and I'm literally across. It's this one way. It's pretty big, right? So I'm on the right side of the one way, so she has no excuses for. Like she have all the room in the world to get out.
Right.
I put my hazards on, link on, so sitting there waiting for her, and she just decides to take 5 minutes to back out. I don't know why.
Did you get the spot though eventually?
I mean, yeah, eventually.
I almost had us late.
Yeah, that's why when you text me, I was like,
you were sitting there.
I'm
waiting
like,
for
we're
the
here,
spot.
but we're just trying to wait for this parking space. So just some Lincoln Chronicles early this morning on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good segment. Some Lincoln Chronicles. If you guys, want to share your Lincoln Chronicles this morning on getting, from point A to point B, 402-464-5685. Or let us know, what you did last night after. Were you guys at the game?
Yeah, I actually went to the game yesterday. I went there. I stayed probably for about a quarter and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give a shout out to the UNL athletics department taking care of Boys and Girls Club. They gave us a number of tickets for staff and students to come out, and it's called a red carpet event, which is really good. What they do is they nonprofits and kids and things of that nature, they'll give them tickets to come out and watch the Huskers play. So I don't know if you guys know, but I'm the director of the Boys and Girls Club over at Lincoln Northwest. So we had a chance to get our students over there and watch the game. So yeah, that was good. Shout out UNL athletic department.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because those tickets, they can be tough.
Oh yeah.
I remember my first, Husker game was sitting, versus McNeese State, and I was sitting with the McNeese State crowd.
Oh, right. Well,
parents getting some money together, send me to the game.
We had some tickets that I would have thought were not desirable tickets, but I actually enjoyed it. Like we were in a corner, all the way at the top, the very top of the stadium, in the corner. I don't know which,
like very top,
the very top, like very top. And it's, I don't know, that stadium got like 3 different stadiums in it. I don't even know how that thing is, but wherever we were, the seats were great. Yeah. Like there's no bad views in there, right?
No, it's pretty good. I haven't had a bad seat. I've had some tight spots where
that was the
person
key.
Next to the right and left of me could have.
That was the key. So we had a section, even though we were at the top, we had a section. There was no one else around us. So we were just spread out, and the times that I went to the games before where I was extremely miserable were, like you said, when it's super crowded, right? Yes. And you're in the middle of everyone, and it was super hot.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday was like refreshing because it was a cool day. I was dressed for it. I saw, it was a little cool, but I was dressed and comfortable. And then we had no one around us. So for me, that was like my best experience here at the football game so far. Like I really enjoyed the seat. So really appreciate it.
Did you actually watch, or were you too busy?
No. I watched the game because I was comfortable. I was watching. I saw everything. I even put my specs on, put my glasses on, so I saw like clearly the field.
Got that 2020 looking
down.
Oh
yeah, I was 2020 for sure. So it was a really good experience. Besides the actual game, unfortunately we didn't pull off the win, but as far as just giving the kids some experience and having them come out and having our staff come out, we appreciate it.
Yeah, it was one of those tough ones. What was the crowd like? Was it pretty full all the way?
It was pretty full. Yeah, it was. I felt like the only section that was empty was where I was sitting. So, yeah, it was pretty full. But it did start to get a little windy, and I felt like we was having an earthquake up there. It was shaking. Like, at the top because it was so windy. I was like,
I wouldn't like that. That stadium is kind of like it look old. And it
don't look old. It's old.
Yeah, 100 years old.
It feel old. So if I'm up there shaking off the wind, I'm
not that. But you know how you are when you're on a bridge or something.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, still,
little shaky McGakey up there. Little shaky McGakey.
Yeah, they gotta have a little bit of bend.
Yo, you love saying inside jokes like this when people like they just go.
Shaky McGakey. A little shaky McGakey.
Yeah, it's going straight over.
Straight over. Right. This is basically, it was, a little shaky. But no, it didn't bother. It wasn't that bad though. It's just I saw the drizzle just a little bit. But the faithful was out. The crowd was there.
Seemed pretty loud.
They were cheering on the team. It's 11 a.m. in the morning. A lot of everyone was there. So shout out to the Husker Nation for that support.
Yeah, that traffic coming back from practice was not appreciated though.
Yeah, it was pretty stuck up there for a while.
Packed. And it was like, I'm talking like the game had ended. This might be like an hour and a half after the game. I'm finally leaving the gym and it's still crowded outside. Like I still can't go nowhere. I was gonna go to the grocery store, but I was leaving.
He was gonna hit up Canopy. Shout out Canopy.
Yeah, I was leaving Hendricks and I was going to like the little back way and the whole street was just packed. So I just took myself home.
Yeah, that's all right. One of the only times it's really crowded in Lincoln is during the football games. Like the basketball game, I was at the basketball game the other night, and I was expecting it to be like really crowded, but it was crowded enough in the game. But I'm expecting that overflow to go into the streets like right after downtown, and it was barren. I was like, well, and you put it in perspective, it's nowhere near as many people in the arena as it is in the stadium.
Thursday night game too.
That Thursday, but it was it was decent. It was a decent crowd for early game in the season. A team that's not necessarily a Big Ten team or anything like that nature. But we went across the street and had some dinner. I said, I got out of there early because I was like, I'm gonna beat this traffic. And traffic never showed up.
Yeah, the traffic won't be too bad.
Pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet.
What is your kind of comparison to like at the end of a Husker football game compared to like other places you've been? Like where they kind of have that same college scene.
No, this is
or is Nebraska unique?
For me, Nebraska is definitely unique. But for me, I haven't necessarily been in. Well, that's not true. Syracuse was pretty much a very college town as well, kind of similar to here.
More basketball school, probably when you're around there.
At the time, the football was very good too.
Okay.
I mean, we had Donovan McNabb was our quarterback.
Okay, yeah. So you guys were peaking.
Yeah, they were really good. Don was there, and Marvin Harrison Sr. was there. So they definitely had it going on in there. But like I was saying, that was more of a college town as well, where there were no pro sports. Like I said before on the show, I believe like Syracuse is probably about 4-hour drive from New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like people from Syracuse were going to watch the Knicks every day and things of that nature. So it's kind of similar, but here definitely a little different fan base, a college town. I think Lincoln is famous just for, I believe, being a college town here.
100%.
Right. Yeah. So. And then, when I went out to Long Beach State in California, it's hard for any school in California to be a college town just because there's just so much to do.
Yeah, you got a million sports venues going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you really get a few.
You only got a few, which makes it great. To me, it's a great atmosphere to play in. Football, whatever sports you're in here in Nebraska. I think that's what makes the school different and unique. That this is it. I think this is why people are so passionate about the teams as well. They're really passionate about it. Where other places they're not as passionate because they're have fans of different pro sports or different teams, or they have options.
Not even just sports, just entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment in general.
Like, only time, like in my opinion, like Lincoln is only really like, say, I'm gonna use a younger person word, but like lit like during football season.
Mm-hmm.
But once football season is over, nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's outside for real. Like,
yeah, you're waiting for a few concerts to pop up.
Yeah, but
sometimes they're in Omaha.
It's pretty damn cold by the time.
And then it gets cold. So definitely that's why people like, especially with the football, like it's kind of still hot around football season, and it's something that it's the only thing really to do. Kind of sometimes.
You can. There's definitely like a build up to it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like a weekend where it's like if I go downtown on Husker weekend game day, I'm gonna run into like 10 friends, like 10 people I can chat up with.
Yeah. There's something else that you can like depend on to be live all the time, basically.
Yeah, there's a few ones, but definitely it is nice though, because it does feel like when the school season's over, I get my stomping grounds back a little bit. We talk about the traffic all the time, but man, that traffic during the summer, you get to point A to point B really quick. There's just like all that lanes opened up. You don't got to worry about, especially when we get to winter time here, those first time snow drivers. That's always a tough one for people when they just don't even have a car. They're in their Prius trying to drive through a foot of snow.
No, funny story. Last year was my first time driving in the snow. So I still have the same car, but just like different car, but basically the same model. I had a Jeep,
okay,
big Jeep Grand Cherokee, whatever, and it had snow mode. So me being from Cali, I never drove in the snow before. So this is one of the days when it's like people are getting stuck.
Yeah,
like you're not supposed to be leaving the crib. But I'm like, you know what? Let me test out this snow mode.
So got it on there.
So I get in the car. My car is really surrounded by about 4, like I wouldn't say. I don't know, 3 feet of snow maybe.
Yeah, I think I know which storm you're talking about. It was ridiculous.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I put on a little snow mode, turned on the engine.
Telling people this.
What?
I hope the insurance companies are not listening.
Took me a little joyride around Lincoln, but I was good though because I had snow mode. Do your homework on snow mode.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to driving in the snow. Moving around here right now is bad enough. I could imagine what the snow is going to do. to the drivers in the traffic. That lady coming out of her parking space took 20 minutes if it was snowing out.
That's what I was saying.
She would have never made it out.
She wouldn't have made it out for sure. One thing I do hate about the snow, like I don't mind it at all. I just don't like the fact that you have to get up a little earlier to like warm the car up if the car is outside and you got to scrape all the snow off the window. Like, I don't mind driving in it, but I definitely don't like the preparation for driving.
Yeah, it's definitely tough when you wake up and you forget to start your car.
Yeah.
And then you gotta start that thing up cold and you're like, I know this is hurting you, but you just gotta get me to work.
Go.
That's why you gotta get the
remote start.
Yeah, you see, do your homework on the remote
Everybody
start.
don't have fancy cars. Like,
do your homework on the remote
we don't
start.
we don't have all fancy cars.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I would literally wake up for practice and I'll be in my bed and I'll get my keys and double click a little thing. And my car be warm when I get downstairs.
Is he showing off?
No.
Kind of makes me feel like he's
got that snow mode and remote start.
I think he
got all the bells.
I
just want people to know that I'm prepared for the snow, even though, I'm just prepared.
All right, well, so far we've been doing good. Like this weather here, this middle of the country is weird, I guess, because it doesn't know if it want to be East Coast weather or West Coast weather. So some days it just pick which side it want to be on, or even in the middle of the day, it just changes from east to west.
Yeah, that's why it's Tornado Alley, because you got your northern winds coming up, but you got that warm air from the Gulf Coast, and it just depends, where's that front going to meet and how aggressive.
Exactly. Like, look, people are confused. My man out there got a big bomber jacket on with shorts on. We don't know what to wear out here.
It is confusing. I will say.
Look, my man, he got a big Nebraska jacket on with shorts on. And
he's ready for both.
Like, he's like, whatever happens, I'm ready today.
I got on a t-shirt, flip-flops.
You don't wear much jacket anyway. Flip-flops, no socks.
Yeah,
bro, that's different. You different.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know. I just don't like wearing socks sometimes.
He's a little different. I'm not even gonna get into them no socks today.
No, don't start with me. Don't start with me. This radio show will turn into a flame session. We'll be going at it. Do not start with me.
I won't say that about it, then, but we'll keep it pushing. We'll keep it.
I don't know. It might have been good for numbers there, but
yeah, for real.
No, it might go viral. Father and son
duke it out live
at it live on air.
He got some things he need to take care of.
Punches were thrown.
We'll leave it at that.
Damages in the.
Look at that, though. You see, I told you that 15 minutes might have been worth it at McDonald's. He's even up on the first half of the show today.
Facts.
See that?
Yeah. That McDonald's OJ.
I went to bed early last night, though. I normally don't go to bed early on Saturdays, but
I've been trained. After Husker losses, I do have a hard time tuning in, watching more college football. I threw on Penn State, Wisconsin. I saw Wisconsin take a loss. Let's go.
Oh my god!
After the Husker loss, you can't go to sleep.
No, I struggle to watch more college football. I need a breather. Yeah, I need a breather. I'll go see Iowa, see if they're struggling, and if Iowa's losing, that'll put a smile. The smile will come back.
Iowa, they just beat somebody, right?
Yeah, we should actually just go ahead and throw out the break here. We can dive in on the couch coaching segment.
Yes, sir.
On the next one, go through some of these games here.
Back.
Lloyds and Lincoln. I'm Harrison running the ones and twos. Host as always with Mel Lloyd Jr. and Mel Lloyd Sr. both in studio. Talk to you guys on the other side.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Okay, everybody, ready to go caroling?
Are the people in your neighborhood nice?
Oh, you bet. Well, everybody except...
Mr. Carpenter.
Now, come on, Jim. He's just a little cranky.
Are you kidding? Last year, he chased us down the street with a rake.
I'm sure he was just having a bad day. Now, here's his house. Everybody smile and get ready to run.
Well, hello, everyone. It's so great to see you all.
Are you okay, Mr. Carpenter?
Oh, yes. I just bought a bunch of Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic scratch tickets. Until January 3rd, 2024, when you enter non-winning holiday tickets online, you have a chance to win $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000. Talk about a classic little Christmas. In fact, I'm so merry, I'd like to give you all some tickets.
Oh, what a nice gesture, Mr. Carpenter. Is there anything we can do for you?
Yeah, shovel my driveway. And don't sing.
Top prize odds vary by game.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no 2 opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no 2 cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
You're listening to Lloyds in Lincoln with your hosts, Ramel Lloyd Sr. and Ramel Lloyd Jr.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weekends, Lloyds in Lincoln. I'm Harrison running the 1s and 2s. We got the host as always, Ramel Lloyd Jr., Ramel Lloyd Sr., both in studio. We got to switch out this soundtrack. That's a little bit of a sleepy beat right here.
Yeah, we gotta get another beat.
Yeah, we'll get some new ones in the mix there. But nonetheless, we were talking a little bit about some college football yesterday, and Iowa would win. More points than most would figure, 22 points. But the over-under for that game, I know, was 28. So if you took the under, you would have got your money on that one. Yeah, we'll go through the Big Ten schedule, just kind of update everyone. Ohio State beats Michigan State 38-3 easily. Iowa shut down Rutgers 22-0. Northwestern, this one surprised a lot of people. Northwestern dominates Wisconsin 24-10. It was really 24-3 for pretty much that whole game. Purdue manages to upset Minnesota, winning that one 49-30.
Skip
Maryland,
the next one.
Yeah, just skip that one.
Next.
And then Illinois beats Indiana in another really surprising game, 45-48. The Big Ten West felt like scoring yesterday.
Yeah, they usually don't score like that.
No, it was a little weird.
Except our game.
Yeah. We kept it traditional.
Yeah, kept it. Yeah. we gonna say old school. It's old school football. That's all.
Yeah, it was just kind of a crazy day of football.
Why you say football like that?
Football. Because football just sounds like a country sport to me. Football. From the South. Football. So I put a little my southern accent on. Yeah.
Sound like Bobby Boucher.
Yeah. Quick shout out. I saw he's coming back late from break. Just meeting the owners of Alloy and Canopy.
Oh, that's who you've been. Canopy was down
building. Yeah, Canopy and Alloy.
Got to shout out both those guys.
Here. Yeah, they were very pleasant.
Alloy's a lot of the backbone of this station right here. You need a good Wi-Fi if you're going to get it done, right?
Absolutely. And, open to some other things. Really cool people. Appreciate them and all they do for the station and the city.
Absolutely. And, I do kind of want to talk about, obviously, Nebraska. You've had 2 games. I know Ramel Lloyd Jr. haven't been able to play yet, but what's been the atmosphere of the vault so far? Two home openers. Obviously, the Doan game, you're not going to really count that. That's the attendance isn't going to quite be there, especially, it doesn't really count for anything other than a quick scrimmage to get ready for the season. But what's that been like, sitting right here, 2-0 right now, the fan base and the crowd at PBA?
Yeah, I think we've had a pretty good crowd. I feel like we're going to always have a set amount. I don't think we're ever going to have no crowd, never going to be like, but I feel like we could do a little better though. Going into these next couple of games, I feel like we could pick it up a little bit with these, better known teams and better competition, I would say, I guess. So I think we can pick it up, but it's been good so far, especially for the first 2 of the season.
Mm-hmm. It's always entertaining too. And it always kind of funny to see, who's going to be those fan favorites. Rink Mass seems like people are really liking Mass game when he's been able to drop. I mean, he had a pair of threes, I want to say, early against Florida A&M. But nonetheless, he's definitely kind of become one of those guys. Rice, another guy, pretty athletic. People are liking him. And then Josiah Alec. I think a lot of people are surprised how much bounce that guy's got. He's an athlete kind of coming down the lane.
Yeah, that's who he is. That's who he is. He's an athlete, freaking nature, super strong, athletic, everything. He's been big time for us so far this year.
Seems to be kind of like an all-around player too. Doesn't feel like there's too many weak spots in his game. Like whether it's defense, you like him there. Offense, he's shown that he's got pretty good touch around the rim, and he can either throw it down or if he needs to, he can put a soft touch on it. But it definitely feels like you guys got depth. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this kind of continues through the season.
I said it. I've been saying it all summer. I'm gonna keep saying it. We have a really good team full of really good guys. So. We definitely have depth.
Yeah, we're not even stretching the floor all the way out yet. I'm excited to see, what you throw K, because that's the most pleasant thing for me. These early games, you're hoping for Nebraska to win because it's competition where you got to beat those guys. But the shooting, I always look at the shooting. Okay, free throw numbers in the first game, weren't great, but you guys rebounded in the next one. And that's just, again, you say it, but we don't have K-State Tamanaga on the court yet. And you guys are still stretching teams out, hitting threes. Mm-hmm. It's been fun to watch early on already for me, especially seeing some of the guys I was curious about, like Rink Mass that I mentioned. And obviously we still got some players that aren't healthy yet that are going to hit the floor. But Mel Lloyd Sr., what are you seeing in some of these early games?
Same thing. I mean, like we said, I guess we're a little bit on the inside and kind of can see what, sort of the talent earlier than most, via practice and Mel letting us know, who's who and what's what. But like we said, the biggest thing about this team that we thought that we were excited about was the versatility and the depth. And I think they've been able to show that early, especially with some still key guys that has not played yet. And then Tamanaga being hurt for the couple of games. You still have Wani is out. He's coming back. Juwan hadn't played. Ramel hadn't played. It's exciting like we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the Big Ten in general has kind of been exciting. You see Wisconsin. I'm trying to think Who was Texas A&M? Who did Texas A&M play? And it came down a Big Ten team. Came down pretty close.
They played. I think it was it Northwestern?
It might.
Texas A&M, no, that wasn't.
Ohio was it?
It was Ohio State.
State.
It was Ohio State.
Ohio State, and the next game following it, you got number 9 Tennessee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, we watched.
Big Ten's looking pretty nice.
Yeah, we lost. I think both Big Ten teams lost.
They did lose, but I was they were pushing them pretty close. I think it was a game where
those were two good teams.
Yeah, we just watched them last night on the highlights, kind of trying to catch up. But yeah, Big Ten is always going to be tough. It's one of the best conferences in the country, and the talent looks good. The pace of the game, which I see is somewhat changing a little bit in the Big Ten from some of the teams that we've seen early on this year. Looks like they want to get up and down a little more guard play, a little more versatility. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing that in the Big Ten. I don't think you can survive anymore playing a very specific, half court set. I mean, maybe, but you'd have to have, maybe like a Purdue lineup where you just got 7 footers, but you can really play that type of ball.
Yeah, the pace in general basketball is changing in general. So, you can see it. You can see it starting to touch the Big Ten now a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you see that happening as a whole, just across basketball? Like, we'll get to a point where you'll maybe have like little tweaks of brands, but for the most part, like everyone's going to be kind of playing that same game.
I think so. I mean, that's kind of where it's going. We had this conversation before. We talked about just the fact of most teams are like playing 5 out now or 4 out, 1 in. That right there increases the pace in general, and we're seeing that a lot all over dribble handoff actions.
Mm-hmm.
Pass and cut. They just want the back lane of the to be open. They don't want it to be crowded back there for back cuts and lanes and drives to the basket. And so I've seen a lot of teams starting to adapt that philosophy. So that's going to increase the pace in general because you don't have people posted up in the post as much. Most of the bigs are at the high post, and they're the passers. They're the initiators of the offense often nowadays.
What's the biggest philosophy change you think, college to the NBA? That if you turn on the game, you can just kind of see it by watching it?
For me, I think the college game philosophy is starting to change a little bit more towards the NBA to make it more universal as far as style of play. But the biggest difference, obviously, is the fact that in college you can still stay in the lane and sit in the 3-second lane defensively and have help. So I basically think that's really the main difference between college and the NBA as far as style of play, because obviously that affects the style tremendously when you can just sit there and have help. They're running the same stuff, the kind of similar action offensively, but the fact that the help is there already in college changes the difference between NBA and college.
100%.
Yeah, that's mine. What you think, Mel?
I agree.
You agree? You don't have nothing to say? You don't really?
No, you hit it on the head. That was pretty much. I would have the same exact answer.
Okay, I can definitely bring up a topic that you got opinions on. What's going on with the Lakers right now? They're sitting at 4-5.
There we go.
You did finally beat the Clippers. Hey, it took you how many games in a row?
10 years.
11, 3 seasons.
Do your homework on LeBron is going to get it together. We just got to trust LeBron. And LeBron we trust. I'm not worried about it because I got faith in the king. So, yeah, I'm not too concerned.
What about those Clippers?
AD is hurt.
You know, my man is a James Harden fan.
Oh, yeah, he's my favorite. Love that guy.
You got
well, James.
I didn't mean to cut your Lakers stuff off.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
Ain't much to talk about there anyway. So
no, I mean, it's been.
They did get a win over the Suns.
It's been 9 games.
Early. It's very early. You guys did just beat the Suns, and a lot of people are looking at the Suns as one of those favorites. But I think it's what people really got down on the Lakers is the Rockets smacked you guys 128-94. But I will say this much: Rockets this year, I don't know what they're doing, but they're balling right now.
They got the new coach.
Yeah, they're balling. Like in the standings, I want to say they're number 4. I mean, again, small sample size. They're 5-3, but nonetheless, they have been killing teams.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but you know that's the thing. It's a new coach, new philosophy, young legs. Young legs a lot in the NBA get you through the regular season. You know, a lot of the vet teams and the vet guys, they actually even pace themselves to make sure that they're going to make the playoffs and get in a certain spot, and then they can turn it up. Then a lot of the young legs, they play hard all through the season, and
you're seeing that they're getting like 125 points a game right now. They're just killing people with offense.
Yeah, they can go. But I think when it gets down to it, when it boils down to it towards the mid to the end of the season, I'm not sure they're a playoff team.
No, we see that a lot. I mean,
and if they get in, they're getting swept.
Possible by who? The Lakers.
Of course, by the Lakers. Shoot. Honestly, I got the Lakers winning the chip this year.
You got the Lakers winning the chip every year, bro. No matter what.
We about to get. Watch, we're gonna get a big trade. I promise you. We're gonna trade something on the deadline.
Are Celtics tied 17 championships? The Lakers 17 championships. Is this a tiebreaker this year, or from here on out until someone wins it again? I think it's tied up 17.
I believe so.
Well, that's I will give the Lakers this is that Lakers are held to different and higher standards than every other team in the league. Than most teams in the league.
They should be. They got a great destination that everyone wants to play for.
Absolutely. So we tend to react or overreact to their stuff a lot more than we do the other teams. So, but the standards of excellence is there. You come to the Lakers, when players go to the Lakers, they're expected to win championships. Like anything else is a failure. So I guess the fans take on that same sentiment.
The Bulls could use a little bit of that.
The Bulls is in trouble right now.
Yeah, they're just in trouble.
They just need to blow it up completely.
I think that's what they're getting ready to do.
They're getting ready. It feels like a blow it up season.
They're about to Zach LaVine to LA. Please.
That's what I've been hearing.
Please send
him back to the West Coast, huh?
I will give you Austin Reeves and Christian Wood. You can have both of them.
They still not taking that.
They not taking that?
Nah.
Okay, Austin Reeves, Christian Wood.
That's not enough.
And a first round and a second round.
Now we're talking. You got to throw some picks in there. But I think with the Levine stakes are going to be so high that they're going to be able to pressure teams to give him more. Because he's going to be one. I mean, he's dropping 50 points a game and they're losing.
That's the thing.
Right, he's going to
he may take a little sacrifice to get to LA.
Because a lot of these trades really haven't been that fair. It's just that certain guys went out so bad that teams give in and just take the best they can get, even if the best they can get isn't a good trade necessarily. In my opinion, I've been
talking about Harden.
Just trying to get him out of there, or just anything, just to be done with the deal.
I got a question. Did they put Russell Westbrook on the bench and put Harden in at the point?
No, they start all four.
They start all of them.
They start Westbrook, Harden, Paul George,
so
Kawhi, and Zubac.
So Kawhi's playing the 4 now.
Yeah, Kawhi doesn't look too happy.
Does he ever look happy though? Like,
but I just feel like, I don't know.
Even when he's on the Spurs, he looks miserable.
Yeah, he looks it, but playing the 4,
I definitely don't like playing the 4. I know he don't.
I don't honestly think you bench Russ, ultimate 6-man. He leads because that's when he's the best to me.
I think he's Harden, or I might bench Harden. Harden was
Harden's.
If I'm benching him, I'm not. Yeah, you can't take
certain players. You can't put him on a bench. He's not going to be productive. Like Russ is going to come in and do it. He's going to play hard no matter what.
Yeah, I guess you start Harden.
Not Harden. Harden is, he'll probably feel disrespected and won't do anything.
I don't know. I love Harden. He's
me too.
He's one of the greatest of all time for sure. But I think he's.
But he's just not at the point yet.
I think he's
to come off the bench.
No,
mentally.
I think he's just about done.
You think he's done?
I think.
Well,
I
remember.
I don't think he's ever going to be in shape again. I don't think he cares enough to get himself in real shape again. Like he just
wants to play his game. He literally says it on the mic. I just want to.
He said, "I'm not a system player. I am the system."
Yes.
Yeah.
That was enough for me to know.
That was a cold tweet, though. I never heard that like that before.
Yeah,
that was cold.
He's on Kobe levels with that one.
He said, "I am the system."
and right now, you definitely were the system for about 10 years in a row, but not no more.
Yeah, it reminds me of Allen Iverson when at the end of his career, where AI, he still was like the first leading scorer in the league when he was at Denver. Him and Carmelo were like 1 and 2 in the league in scoring. And then I think they put him to Detroit, I think, from there, traded. Well, anyway, towards the end of his career, I even heard him say it that, his ego wouldn't allow him to take a lesser role, even though that his game, he still was able to score points and do all those things. But, it didn't affect winning the way that it did when he was younger. He was just getting his, and then your ego, when you're that great of a player and you've been blessed with that much talent and blessed with that kind of career, your ego sometimes just won't allow you to take a lesser role or a back seat.
Well, that's Russell Westbrook's whole career, right? That's always one thing where I get where he's coming from on a lot of it because coming into the league, everyone's got to tell him you can't do this, you got to do this, and he just keeps proving people wrong. He did that his entire career. He gets an MVP just by not listening to people, by telling everyone else.
All 4 of those guys
to back off.
All 4 of those guys are Hall of Fame players. So that's really hard to work out, ego wise, touches.
It's tough too to see Harden end his career kind of like going through all this stuff though, because it's kind of like gonna diminish what he actually did.
Yeah,
because just like Westbrook, had one bad year kind of, and then now everybody acting like Russell Westbrook is in the top 5, point guard of all time in the conversation, just because of how he ended his career.
That's the fans of these days. A lot of fans don't understand. Everybody's going to diminish physically, their talent, time, and so on and so forth. So I don't know. I don't know why people, like every NBA player or athlete at some point of their career got to the point where they were quote unquote washed up.
That's what I'm saying.
It happens. It's inevitable.
People pick and choose who they want to.
Who they want to.
Because like when it was Carmelo, it was still like we love Carmelo. This,
Kobe,
that.
same thing.
Kobe,
it's pretty obvious he was the
like
same
Kobe
player.
was not close, but it was still Kobe. Or
people go up and down. Bro.
Even D Wade, no one would slander D Wade for not being as good. But when it comes to Westbrook, Harden, kind of, they just.
When there's like an injury that happens as a result, you seem to get like they'll give you the green light. It's when it happens naturally for whatever reason, because it's like a slow drawn out process. We just like wake up and like, oh man, they're washed. But you get a big injury like Derrick Rose, like not
D.
even
Rose,
close, but everyone forever is going to be like D Rose.
They
was
love
the guy.
D Rose. Yeah, well, I mean, I think also has to do with personalities as well. D Rose is a soft-spoken, very humble type of person.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say that those other guys are not, but what people don't understand is that sometimes your ego and that sense of feeling of pride and being the best, thinking that you're the best of everything, is why they're even where they're at in the first place.
100%.
Right. So, that what happens with that is that when they're on top of the game and they're one of the best players in the league, and that works, right? And it's acceptable by the fans. But when their game starts to diminish, that personality is still the same. That's what got them where they were in their whole life. So now it starts to be a turnoff to the average fan because the production doesn't match the energy coming from their personalities.
Right. What was the quote you just said that Harden said? He
said, I am not a system player. I am the system.
Right. And if he said that about 5 years ago,
right.
I'd have been like,
everybody been
100%
like,
right.
When he was over at Houston breaking ankles, pointing at him on the ground.
Everybody would have been. Nobody would have said anything about it.
Whatever you want to be, James.
Now, they like, what?
Yeah.
But then again, even if you feel certain ways as an athlete, sometimes you got to understand also when to speak about it and when not to speak about it.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of speaks to his game, though. I mean, we still know Harden. He's probably still hitting clubs, he's probably still got singles ready. But when you're that good.
No, I think they lost yesterday and they found him in the club immediately.
Yeah.
But that's a grown man. The thing about, judgment about what people are doing in their personal time in life, like people, the average fan thinks that you should be playing basketball 23 hours out of 24 hours in a day to be great. And, that's just not the case.
No, just makes me laugh. You can't help but laugh a little bit. I don't care what that man does. I don't care what that man does.
No, but people really do care. Like,
it would
really
frustrate me as if I'm like a player and that like if I'm going out, I just got people recording me.
I understand a little bit.
Of course.
Okay. You know how I am. I'm big on that. Like just living your life still regardless of anything. But when it comes to Harden, with the things he's saying and what he's doing and how he's performing, and
he's not doing himself favors.
But how he acts. How would you feel if every single thing you do, somebody's recording you doing it, right? Or somebody knows, like you can't go anywhere without nothing.
Oh no, for sure.
So that's the difference. I mean, maybe you had a bad game or something. You want to go out and blow some steam.
But this I'm talking about. Harden does this after every.
That's who he is. That's who he is.
We do have one from the text line here. Milkman, before we go to break, he says, really? Harden, one of the best ever? No way. Milkman chimes in. He's an NBA guy. He's
he averaged 37
the numbers say it
for a whole year.
The numbers say it. Whether or not you like him or what your opinion is of him.
Some people,
the numbers say it.
Some people rank greatness on personality. So that those facts are for people.
Or just personally who we like. Yeah. That's okay, but those numbers say otherwise.
He was a killer. There's no question.
You can't name more than 5 shooting guards better than James Harden.
Yeah, no. I mean, if we're talking numbers, you can find, but like in terms of creation and getting
numbers?
the shot off,
The only thing that Harden lacks is a championship.
like you could say Clay, but you wouldn't pick Clay because Clay's got to be set up.
Oh,
like
that's
that's what I mean. You
That's
could
not
play.
even a- that's
You
not
could
even
play
a-
the numbers game.
No, that's not even a comparison.
Close.
Like it's not a comparison.
But you got Steph Curry. Who is there anyone else?
Curry's a point guard.
Steph Curry's a point. I got Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and then James Harden. You might be able to.
I might even put him over.
You might be able to.
I'm just.
There you go. I mean, I'm saying that's an argument. So if we're talking about top 5. He definitely in the top 5.
Easily, because the only person else you could argue maybe Clyde Drexler. And I know people might go and say Jerry West, but I'm gonna put him at point. Jerry West.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys that we have to honor. Older guys. But like you said, when you're talking about taking the game to the next level of creativity and changing the whole style of play and being able to dominate the way he had dominated.
Oh, he found new ways to travel that the rest couldn't even decide. I mean, he literally broke the traveling.
They didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, he doesn't get no credit for traveling.
Yeah, I can't figure out. Is he moonwalking or stepping? We can't figure it out. But we got to go to break here at Lloyds and Lincoln. Don't go anywhere. Last segment up next.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
This is Rick Heyman, president of Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I'm inviting you to stop by any of our 3 great locations to see why we have been voted best of for decades. We're a 4-generation jewelry company that refuses to compromise on quality or service. If you're in the market for anything for anyone special, nothing, and I mean nothing, says it better than Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Sartor Heyman Jewelers since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group are Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Lloyds in Lincoln with your hosts, Ramel Lloyd Sr. and Ramel Lloyd Jr.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of Lloyds in Lincoln. I'm Harrison Arns, running the ones and twos on the board. Host, as always, Ramel Lloyd Jr., Ramel Lloyd Sr., both in studio. Nebraska basketball's 2-0. We talked a little bit of NBA on the last segment. Got our couch coaching segment done with. Talk about a little bit of college football there over the break. But if you guys want to join in, last segment, 402-464-5685. We did get one. I'll tell you what, if you want to get the text line fired up, talk about James Harden. They come out of the woodwork.
I see that. We're going to talk about him every week.
But I love it. You know, if you guys disagree, that's what text line's there for. You got to give a reason behind it, though. We do have Gorilla Bears saying, what team has Harden benefited long-term that he's been on? We talked about the Rockets being an easy one. You can even argue when he was a role player for the Thunder.
Yeah, they won the championship. I mean, it was the Western Conference Championship. He was one of the most valuable player on that team with KD and Uncle Jeff.
And then think about it. When he was on the Rockets, he was in the Western Conference Finals like at least 3 times. Right?
Yeah, and once with Chris Paul, another time with Westbrook.
Chris Paul got hurt
at
the end, and they were up. Like
they almost beat the Warriors that 1 year.
3-1. They were
then
up.
Chris Paul got hurt, and then they couldn't finish it off. And that was with KD when the Warriors had KD, and they almost beat them.
They almost beat them. They were up.
I don't know. Harden is.
You just don't have a championship. Like we made a point off the AML about Karl Malone. Is he not a top 5 player in the power forward? Because he didn't get a championship. I mean, you could kind of, it's just very similar.
Chris Paul's going to have an interesting legacy if he can't find a way to get one.
He ain't going to get one.
He's not going to. Wait, what team was he playing?
He's on the Warriors, though. I mean, he's got a shot, but I don't see anyone beating the Nuggets.
I thought the Warriors were done. They got one in 22. I was so mad.
I was so mad. They snuck one more. They said, we ain't done yet.
They really got one more. And then Curry tied LeBron, so that also made me mad.
Yeah, I thought they were done with their championship run. So there's no way in the
you heard me,
world. Yeah, I know. I heard.
It is kind of crazy. You know, you think about how much Curry dominated this era, the fact that he's tied with LeBron James. But I wonder how will people look at this era? Will be a LeBron era, then a Steph Curry era? Will it be a LeBron Curry era? Because it's
Curry has 1 championship in 2 championships. I don't count the ones with KD. And KD has 0 championships in my mind. That just wasn't even fair. Like that, I can't. Don't get me started on that.
That was the most broken the NBA felt watching that.
Yeah, that was bad. But for the fans, you know, a lot of fans are probably going to lean towards Curry because, you know, he looks like an average person. You know, fans tend to.
I don't know. I hear LeBron up and down.
I haven't finished.
We're jumping on here.
So. Curry is not extremely athletic. He's not doing superhuman hero stuff as far as his body and his athleticism in terms of that nature. And people tend to cheer for people like that's similar to an average person. You know, LeBron is LeBron. He was born and blessed with 6'9", 250, and, you know, basically do stuff that probably 1% of the people in the world
Nobody can do. Nobody can do what LeBron
drop
does.
that 0.01% of the people.
Yeah,
0% of the people.
There you go. So but for the NBA and what the NBA means, you know, it is definitely be LeBron because he's LeBron. He's the face of the NBA. So it's more profitable for LeBron and Nike to be.
Yeah,
maybe that's where Steph messed up. You know, no slang against Under Armour.
He didn't mess up personally,
yeah,
but
I know.
No, Pops. What I was gonna say was that maybe like I'm not gonna lie, like for a couple of years people were really on Steph, but they've kind of dropped off now. Because now it's normal for him to be doing what he was doing.
Yeah, for
people
sure.
jumped on it so fast because it was so new and fresh. Like it was just like out of nowhere. Where
so he's
turned
unappreciated now. You would say?
I think he is underappreciated now. That he's just Stephen Curry now. I underappreciate him. I watched him score 40 and act like he didn't do anything because it's so normal. You know what I mean?
It's normal now.
So he's definitely one of those players. Because like, you know, when you're getting them in threes, it racks up quick and then you get to the end of the game and you see Steph Curry dominate for another night. But nonetheless, we do got to get out of here, wrap up our NBA talk here on this one. But if you guys want to tune back, watch the rest of the show, go to YouTube, just search Lloyds and Lincoln. Put November 12th, it'll pull up right away for you on the 93.7 ticket page or catch any of the podcasts wherever you get your podcast from. That's going to be it for us, though. Up next, we have The Breeze with Haas and DP. Don't go anywhere.